appreciate it. Time now for Jeff's Car Culture. Always look forward to this. 6 cool American car names. The names exist, but the cars certainly don't.
Right. Well, this is what we got. These American car names, a pivotal part of any vehicle is, of course, its name. Names that can make or break a model. Go ahead, Mike. Carry as much weight as the engine, the drivetrain configuration, and also the looks. The first one we have here is a Mercury Marauder, first introduced in 1963. The sinister one of these combined muscle cars, menace from the Ford Motor Company. The Mercury Marauder, originally intended as a submodel in the 3-sized Mercury model line. It became a standalone model in 1966 and acquired its name from a series of V8 engines that the company first unveiled in 1958. A marauder is essentially a pirate, an unsavory individual who steals and plunders, sort of like us. It was a perfect name of performance model aimed to dominate the drag strip. So there you go. That's a good-looking car there. The next one we have here is a Pontiac Firebird Trans Am. Introduced in 1969, the Trans Am is
Breaker 19.
There you go. Its name came to define the performance icon, one loved over generations for its styling and performance. Like many of the models on this list, it's conceived during the pony and muscle car glory years of the 60s, before coming into its own in the 70s. The name literally comes from a mythological bird, bright orange in color, commonly seen on fire in the media and in folklore. So that's where that name comes from. Next one is a Plymouth Barracuda, Mike. In 1969, it was introduced. You want your vehicle to be a winner? Name it after one of the ocean's most iconic predators, the Barracuda. When it was an open secret that Ford was designing the car, this would become the Mustang, Plymouth decided to get in the action and created a sporty car based on the Valiant and its compact dubbed the Barracuda. The first two of a sporty car based on the Valiant, the generations were fine. They were fine cars, but the third that showed the Barracuda could do when it was bare its teeth. Sharing the E-body platform of the Dodge Challenger, the Barracuda was a smidget smaller, but featured a unique styling to separate it. Next one, Michael, is a Mercury Cougar. I like this car. I wish I had one back in the day when I had my Nova. This was introduced in '69. A friend of mine had one of these.
And you know, everybody thinks that is an absolute remake of the Ford Mustang. It is not.
No, it's not. No. It was actually designed similar to it, but it wasn't. It actually wasn't. As many enthusiasts, what their favorite car name was all time, the Mercury Cougar Eliminator. Everything about the name is awesome, starting with the Mercury brand name, which is a great starting point. Adding the Cougar to the lineup was a great choice because it gave the brand an attractive cousin to the Ford Mustang. It was only a cousin. Then, of course, tracking the Eliminator in 1969 to donate the high-performance variant really took it over the edge. It's Cougar Eliminate the competition. So there you go.
Was it the XLR?
Yes.
Was it that one of them?
Cougar XLR.
Yeah.
That was the fancy high-end version of it.
Right.
The Eagle Talon. You wouldn't figure this one would be one, but in 1990.
I remember going to the car show, and that was the first time I saw that. We went, wow, that really looks cool.
The first couple of generations of the Mitsubishi Eclipse put the car on the tuner map, but not everyone knows it was also sold under a joint Chrysler-Mitsubishi partnership under the Eagle and Plymouth brands. While the Plymouth Laser name is also pretty sweet, the Eagle Talon just fits too well. It's the perfect description of a car with performance. Though 2 generations, the car looked and sounded awesome when it optioned for the TSI trim with optional all-wheel drive. That's great stuff. The last one, not my favorite, but here you go. It's introduced in 1997 as the Plymouth Prowler. And I think you drove one, didn't you, Don?
I did when it first came out. My dad loved that car.
This Prowler is easily one of the most controversial American cars ever made, a hot rod for then modern age. It had styling inspired by classic hot rods of the 30s, and when the concept car was unveiled in 1993, the world immediately fell in love with it. However, as we all likely know, the result was a vehicle that left a lot to be desired. The design was tamed, ugly bumpers were added, and the hope of real performance was squashed when they put an automatic V6
it was awful.
In the vehicle.
Just awful.
So,
and you know the funny thing about that was the car looked so good. The interior even was really cool. The problem was with the out of top on it, the body flex on that thing. You just take off from a stop sign, not even fast, and you could feel the twisting body. And that V6 engine, it was so lame. And all I could think of is the Chevrolet SSR. Remember
Yeah,
that
yeah,
thing?
yeah, yeah.
Yes,
Looked
yes,
really
yep,
cool. What a weak, limp piece of,
And there wasn't even enough bones there to hop up like the V6 on this. There really wasn't.
And don't
much
forget
you
the
could do to
top
it.
and that bizarre top that did all this manipulation and folding and everything, and they went back behind the back seats,
Yep.
and you couldn't open the back trunk, well, which would have been the bed,
Right.
because the lid on it wouldn't open far enough. What was the purpose of that?
I don't know.
There was
Who-
just a lot of things.
Who said, yeah, let's build that?
Yeah.
No.
Sometimes it's like it looks like the car comes from the engineers without any input from the marketing guys that really are going to sell it.
I think they were in a meeting and said, we need something different. We need something over the top, off the edge, and that's what they came up with. My opinion. I think
You know,
that's
I
what
talked to a Chevrolet guy about that, and he said, we spent a lot of money on stamping those fenders because we hadn't used that technology since the 1950s.
Wow.
Because if you remember, the fenders were very round,
Yeah,
big,
almost-
bulbous fenders.
Almost like the rear fender of a motorcycle.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was. And you were talking about the Firebird a minute ago. I was talking to Bill Seitz this week, and Bill Seitz, longtime friend of
Right.
mine, and we were talking about old school cars, and Bill Seitz, ashamedly,
What'd he
had
admit?
a Sunbird. Do you remember the Pontiac Sunbird?
yeah.
Oh,
Was it his or his wife?
well, both of them.
Okay.
Either way.
Because they had two Corvettes and they needed a daily driver, so they bought the Sunbird.
Sort of
with-
similarly shaped, kind of?
No,
No?
it was not. It was what we like to refer to in the business as a turd.
Oh.
And,
An opus.
And it had a 4-speed manual transmission and a not weak, but a watery 4-cylinder engine in it. I don't even know how it got up to 60 miles an hour.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Pontiac Sunbird. All right.